Testing 1 2. You can hear me, yeah. Testing 1 2.
That's Brian. Thank God I did.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for coming today to Red Bull Arena for today's New York Cup press conference featuring the New York Red Bulls and Arsenal FC. Also, thank you for everyone out there joining us on NewYorkRedBulls.com. On my left is New York Red Bulls head coach Mike Petke, and a familiar face to many Arsenal fans and people who've been following the club, all-time leading goal scorer Thierry Henry. Now, before we start, just a couple notes. Kickoff for the New York Cup for the Red Bulls and Arsenal will be at 5 o'clock on Saturday. The match will be televised live on ESPN2 and ESPN Deportes. Also, if you can keep your phones on silent, I would appreciate doing that right now. With that being said, we'll start, and I'll firstly ask Mike his thoughts on the friendly on Saturday, and then Thierry, your thoughts on facing your former club. So, Mike, if you could go ahead, please.
Well, welcome, everybody. This is going to be the easiest press conference for me because I'm sure there won't be one question for me, as there probably shouldn't with Thierry sitting up here in this event. But it's going to be a great night Saturday night. I think it's phenomenal for the club, the organization, the players, the league as a whole. To have a club like Arsenal, one of the best clubs in history in the world, come in here and play against us, it's going to be an exciting event. I'm somewhat a little relieved that they're early in their preseason. Hopefully they have a little bit of tired legs, but they're a great club, obviously, and I know it's a special night for us. It's certainly, as much as Thierry will play it down, certainly a special night for Thierry. And if we could bend the international friendly rules, we would have loved Thierry to play a little bit for both teams, but they won't allow that. But it's going to be an exciting night. We're very excited about it, happy, and we're looking forward to it.
And Thierry, just your thoughts on playing.
Well, hi everyone. I mean, for me, it's like it's gonna be weird, but it's like being in training. I train with them off season, so but the thing that I'm happy about is for the US fans to be able to see Arsenal and some of the kids also in our squad to be able to play against them, because some of the guys were not here yet when we played Arsenal at the Emirates. So. I think it will be a great thing for them to play against a team that has the quality of Arsenal Football Club.
Thanks, Thierry. Just to know, in today's proceedings, after this press conference, we will have a quick photo op on the third level platform right outside here, and then Arsenal's press conference will start. So with that, we'll open the questions. Please use a microphone being passed around before you ask your question. So if there's anybody right up front here, just right behind you.
It's Kaveh Solokol from Sky Sports in the UK. What do you make of the news that Frank Lampard is coming to play in the MLS?
I just thought that we were going to talk about the game. That is not my club. You should ask them.
Next question. Yep.
Thierry, what's the emotion like for you? I mean, do you feel anything going into this game facing Arsenal?
I did when I had to play at the Emirates. This is different. I'm going to be home here, and you know, a lot of the fans are going to come and watch the game. I know that. But like I said to you, you know, I go there every year to train. So the opportunity to see those guys, and it wasn't like the same like in 2012 or even 11. Sorry, when we went for the Emirates Cup, if I remember well. I didn't see them for a while, so the emotion was bigger going back in London. It's different. Like I said before, for me, it's a great opportunity for some of the youngsters to play against those guys.
Take the next question. Yep, in the back.
Thierry, what is the thought for you when you look across the pitch in game and see that familiar red jersey as an opponent?
Well, it's a friendly game, so it's different. You know, it's. For us, my mind is on Salt Lake, to be honest with you. I know there is a game on Saturday. I know it's going to be all nice and everything, but you know, all I know is on Saturday, sorry, we're not going to get 3 points if we win. You know, so yeah, it is nice. It's going to be a game against Arsenal. You know, I know all those guys, but it's a friendly game. So hopefully, it's going to be a nice break for us from the league. To be able to enjoy the game a bit, you know, with the fans and being able to perform against Arsenal, try to give them a good game because they came here, you know, to prepare the season. But like I said, we're not going to get 3 points at the end of the game. So it's a friendly game.
Yeah, Dan.
Mike, your one question. How does it feel, because you played in these friendlies before, remember Santos to open up Red Bull Arena, Juventus that same year, and of course, the first time as a head coach last year against Olympique Lyonnais. How exciting is it for you personally, when you were a player, now as a coach, to have these clubs come over and to face them in these friendlies?
Well, to be honest with you, I want to reiterate what Thierry just said, because I couldn't agree more, is that it's a nice thing, but at the end of the day, we're judged on the results in the league. So obviously, it's exciting for the fans. It's good to test yourself against great competition, like Arsenal will be. Play against a team you've never played against, or play a different style in a different league. But at the end of the day, it's a glamour thing. It really is, for the league, for the fans, the supporters, and I hope they enjoy it. And it's exciting, like was said before, for young guys to go up and see what that level is like. But Wednesday is important. Saturday night's fun. Saturday night's exciting. Wednesday and on is important.
Take next question. Yep, right here.
Thierry, obviously Arsenal are earlier in their pre-season stages, but they've made 2 important signings in Alexis Sanchez and Debuchy. How do you think their squad are shaping up going into the new season?
The boss is going to be here soon. You're going to have to ask him. That's his job. I'm only a fan. I hope they win the league.
Christian, right up here.
Mike, your second question. What, if anything, are the benefits from playing on Saturdays? Is it for the younger players, or would you rather not have a match like this at all at this point, have the weekend off and be able to focus on the league?
That's a good question. That's what you talk about.
Listen, this is a big game for the club, all right, for the league and people looking at this. So at the end of the day, I'm hoping to get young guys in at some point, but we're looking to use this as a springboard into Salt Lake game. Having said that, we'll see how the game goes and opens up, and we'll see where we're going to take it from halftime on.
Over here, and then Franco.
Thierry, what is your fondest memory in your time as a gunner?
Wearing the shirt. It was a privilege for me. I said I understood when I left and I came back to play that those 7-8 games that I played, how important it was to wear the shirt. So for me, it will be that. I will leave it there. Wearing the Arsenal shirt for me was the most important thing, and was just unbelievable. I felt like a different man with that shirt.
Franco.
Mike, second question for you.
Third. It's all right.
Thanks, buddy.
You talked earlier in the week about talking to Thierry and figuring out how many minutes you would give him. Obviously not 90 this weekend. I mean, have you had the discussion and figured out how many minutes he'll play on Saturday?
I mean, it's never easy to sit back and say 2 days before the game or a week before the game, I'm going to play you exactly this many minutes. I'm going to play this player this many minutes. So what I said to Thierry was, and he agreed, and he was good with it, which was nice. Come the 60th minute, I want to see how he feels, But that point on, it could be 60, it could be 65, it could be 67.5 minutes. But he's definitely not going to play 90. But it all depends on how he feels in the moment. If he's running around and really enjoying it and feeling good, I might give him a little extra. If not, around the 60th minute mark, I think would be the most intelligent thing to do. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, in the back there.
Yeah, Coach. Adam Bedian from MLS Insider. What is your favorite individual moment from Thierry's career at Arsenal?
2 weeks ago when he came in the locker room and went absolutely berserk at halftime, and it woke the players up before I even got in there. So that might be it. But on a playing note, I mean, obviously you look at all the highlights. Everybody's seen him, the goals that he scored around the world. I like the corner kick goal that he scored for the Red Bulls. Was that last year or the year before? Last year?
No, the year before, I think.
Year before.
Oh, last year. Oh,
corner kick. Oh, for Arsenal.
That's what I thought too, but
man, the goal he scored against Man United, of course, when he flipped it up, turned, and put it over Barthez. Got to be the all-time best.
Yeah, Scott.
Thierry, Scott Olivenbaum from SNTV in the back. Just a quick question. You've seen RBA at its best. You've seen the Emirates at its best. Gooners are coming from around the world for this match. How can you compare the two arenas, the atmospheres?
You forgot my beloved Highbury. Yeah, exactly. Never mind. But that is it, actually. We can leave it there. I mean, I think hopefully the stadium will be full, and that will be, not having a go, but that will be a first for us, right? So it will be enjoyable if everybody can come and support us too, not only Arsenal, although I don't mind that. But no, I mean, it's what you make and what you do on the field that will make, the stadium vibrate. So hopefully we can do that on Saturday.
Take another question. There is one. Just from front here.
Might be a long shot here, but how close have you paid attention to some of the younger guys that Arsenal has coming up? Whether these are players that you've talked about with Arsenal, or whether these are...
I don't have that power, man. But no, I know some of those guys. Like I said to you, because I go. Sometimes I train with them in January or December. You have a lot of good players, young players in the squad coming. You will see them on Saturday. Obviously, everybody expects like the big names and everything. I know some are missing, but you will see a lot of young and good players. You don't see them during the year because some of them sometimes go on loan to try to get some minutes. But I can tell you have a lot of quality in that squad. Hopefully, we won't see that too much on Saturday, but it's good for the club.
I guess then the follow-up is whether you know anything at all about a young German-American player, Gideon Zelalem, at all.
Oh, everybody knows him. Quality, good on the ball, great vision. He's the talker. Everybody's talking about him. It's not an easy place to break into the first squad of Arsenal, but he surely has the quality and and the right boss to make sure that he can do it. So hopefully for us as an Arsenal fan, he can perform and be a great player for us.
Right here.
MLS obviously growing in this country. We're coming off the World Cup. There's a lot of excitement for either of you. Is this the kind of match that can keep that momentum going here in this country? It's the excitement of soccer here.
Mike
first.
I mean, to be honest with you, from this moment on, any game is going to help. Any game that we could get fans out to and supporters out to. I argue all the time that, where this league's at, 18 years in, it's grown faster than from what I understand, almost any league in the history of the world. In 18 years, what this league has done. Took NFL, Major League Baseball and stuff, decades and decades. So yes, maybe in the American pecking order, we're not there. And will the Arsenal-New York Red Bull match help it? I don't think it'll hurt it. But I think that it's going to be really come down to the domestic league. And if we do get a full house this weekend, how many of those come back to play when we play New England the following Saturday? Or Kansas City the following week after that? I think that's what it comes down to.
Oh, totally. I mean, of course, it is important to get a team like Arsenal here, like United yesterday night, or Man City against Kansas City, and United obviously against LA Galaxy. But I'll go back to what Mike said. How do you bring the people that are coming on Saturday back to the New England game?
Right here.
Thierry, this one's for you.
Yeah.
If this upcoming game against Arsenal were to be your last game against Arsenal, the last time you faced them, what would it mean to you?
No, it is not the last game. It's difficult to project yourself in something that's not happening. It's not my last game, so I don't know.
Facing Arsenal,
Oh, I know, but I don't, if I knew that was going to be my last game, I'll tell you my feelings, but I'm not there.
Over there in the corner.
Mike, this is Scott Phillips from Business of Soccer. You obviously have a lot of difficult roster decisions to make this weekend. Given the number of teams that are coming over to train in the summer, do you think it's possible for the league to take a break for these kind of friendlies?
You mean interrupt the league play based around these friendlies?
Well, they don't for the World Cup already,
we
so
don't
why
for
would they for that?
Yeah, we don't for the World Cup. We don't for most FIFA dates. So, no, I mean, I think that's probably at the bottom of their to-do list, to be honest with you. Would I rather play Salt Lake next Saturday than this Wednesday? Absolutely. You know, we actually moved the Houston game we were supposed to play this weekend and pray they're ready so we could fit the Arsenal game in. So, I mean, that's the tough thing, you know? I mean, to balance minutes for players, knowing we have the league coming up, but also knowing perception-wise, I have bosses to answer to. You know, if it was to come down to 7-0 like we saw last night, it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good for me. So, you know, that's the difficult part. I really wish that we didn't have a Wednesday game, but we do. So, you know, we make do with what we have to deal with, and we'll get on with it.
Anything else? All right, well, thank you very much for joining us for this portion of the press conference. The Arsenal press conference will start at approximately 3 o'clock. We'll have a photo op. You can go out the doors in the back to the right if you want to take that shot with these two gentlemen and also the 3 representatives from Arsenal. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Apologize for the delay. Arsenal will be starting momentarily. Thank you.
get through here. Thank you very much.
How are you doing? Was jullie bedankt?
Afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark from Arsenal. Great to be here in New York. We've got Arsene, Wojciech, and Mikel with us today. If you could just put your hand up before you ask a question and say where you're from, then we can make sure things run smoothly. So far away. There's a microphone here.
Hi, Charlie Melman from BleachReport.com. Arsene, I'd like to ask you what steps, if any, you've taken to prevent similar injury problems to the ones you had last season, improving your medical staff or anything like that?
Look, we try to identify the problems we had and make sure we don't have the same problem, but there's never a guarantee for injuries, and we have some areas where we have to improve, and we try to rectify that.
We done?
Arsene, this is... Hi, Peter Capiello of Newsday. This is for you, Arsene. What is it like to see Thierry Henry in the other team's colors? I know that you two have a good history together.
Well, I came here with only one striker because I had the hope that he will play for us, maybe. And I haven't given up. Maybe he can play one half for us. I don't know.
Mr. Wenger, Daniel Feuerstein from Soccer Newsday. My question is this, actually it's two questions. First, you've managed Thierry Henry, you've faced against him in a friendly at the Emirates. You had him on loan, of course he comes over to train during the MLS offseason, and now you're here in New York at the Red Bull Arena to face him and the club. Do you feel in your own way it's kind of like full circle?
Maybe, but I must say he practiced with us and I have two witnesses here last season when it was a break here, and he was the sharpest I've seen him. He was very, very sharp, and I thought that he came back in a very good shape because he worked very hard with us. And I see New York in the championship has some problems, but I thought when he came back that he was ready for a great season.
And my follow-up is this, because I saw the video. How's your New York accent?
Sorry?
Some of your players tried their New York accent. I was wondering, how's yours?
He speaks about my...
how's your New York accent?
My New York accent. Look, I haven't seen many people in New York, and I couldn't confront my accent with New York people because we arrived late last night. At just a little conference this morning. We'll see.
What do you make of the growth of football in America on the back of the World Cup and also the news that Frank Lampard is coming to the MLS?
Look, since I am a kid, you know, I remember the time where Pelé, Beckenbauer came here with New York Cosmos. And I thought at the time that football would take off here. It took a while, and now it looks to me that it's really booming from suddenly, without any rational explanation. And I think there's a lot of work to do here, but it's very exciting. I would love to be 30 years younger and witness that, because I think the next 20 years will be very exciting to develop the game here, and I hope it will become a force on world football here, because you have so many people love sport, the mental strength is there, the love for sport is here, so the next 20 years should be very interesting for football here.
My name's Phil West. I'm from Howler, and this is for anybody who wants to answer out of the three of you. Given that you've won the FA Cup this past May, and thank you for doing that, do you feel that there are higher expectations for next year, or do you feel that some of the pressure's off?
high expectations have always been there. We have not always fulfilled them, but we have ourselves high expectations from our own from our own performances. You know, we are very ambitious. Last season we were 128 days top of the league, and we were frustrated in the end because we couldn't win it. And we managed to. Overall, we were consistent, and we won the FA Cup. So next season, we want, of course, to win more. Having said that, in England, the level of the competition is very high, and it's very difficult as well to predict how much better every other team will be. So it's just to make sure that we will be better, and that we have a good preparation, and then hopefully a good chance to win it.
Hi, Matthew Levine, SoccerWire.com. This is for you, Arsene. In the past, you've had training camps in places more quieter, such as like Austria, until recently. I guess how does going to Asia, now New York, help you compete with other Premier League teams?
Look, our training camps are sometimes in the modern game. The training camps are decided for commercial reasons as well, and for extent of the popularity of the club, because we have many fans in Asia, of course. We traveled to Asia. We were never in the States, and I was very happy to come to New York, especially it's a city I love. And but for purely football reasons, the best for football is to stay, not to travel too much, because the time you waste, the jet lag is of course not ideal. In this camp, for example, for me it's just a game played, it's not a camp. But we go to Austria when we fly back next week. So this season is a post-World Cup year, but it's always very difficult. The time is very short. And don't forget that the World Cup final was on the 13th of July. The start of the championship, of the Premiership, is on the 16th of August. And compulsory, from the FIFA, you're obliged to give 4 weeks holiday to the players. So I don't know how all that works together, but it looks to me impossible. But the World Cup being very late, the post-year World Cup, the post-year of the World Cup is always very difficult for every big club, because the players have been away.
And just on an unrelated follow-up, can you talk a little bit about Gedion Zellem's growth and what you might expect from him this season?
Of whom?
Gedion Zellem.
Gedion is, I believe, is a very young talent, promising talent. He's one of these players, you know, has been educated here. I honestly think he has the talent to become a great player, but that will be decided in the next 2 or 3 years, because he has to show that there's a mental level required to be a top-level competitor. Today, it's too early for him to play for us, but I would say in 1 year you will know more about him. Maybe, if it all goes well, in 6 months. But just now, he's not completely ready to start in the Premier League. But he's with us, and he practices with us a lot, and we have high expectations for him.
Arsene, Franco Panizo, MLSsoccer.com. As was mentioned before, obviously you know Thierry very well, and obviously he's got great technical skills, high soccer, football, IQ. But for you, what makes him so special? What makes him such a special player?
Look, Thierry Henry had all the qualities you dream to have when you're a football player. I made him start. He was 17 years old in Monaco, and now he's already played 17 years or 18 years at the top level. That is the best thing. Top-level players, they last at the top level of a competition. He had the physique, he had the technical qualities, he had the super physique, and he's a very bright guy. So that means they learned from the competition, and that's what he did. He analyzes very quickly, and managed to have a good combination between being focused and relaxed. That's the most important quality at the top level, is to be a high level of focus, but not be and be relaxed as well. That right mixture, and he had that. He was calm and cool in front of a goal.
Just a quick follow-up on Gedion. Should fans expect him? Obviously, there's a lot of talk in the U.S. about whether he'll play for the U.S. Should fans expect to see him in the game on Saturday?
Yeah, he will play on Saturday. Look, Gideon has the qualities that I believe that he are very important to develop in the States, because on the national team I've seen, he's a creative player, and he can create a spark, an opening with his pass. He has a vision through the lines, and if he manages to develop his physique and keep his qualities, he can be a very important player. Let's hope he will do it.
Arsene, Adam Bedian, MLS Insider. What is your single favorite individual Thierry Henry moment from his Arsenal career?
It's funny, but maybe when he came back and scored against Leeds in the Cup, because he was so happy. You know, when he was with us, he scored so many goals that it was just daily business. But when he came back and scored that goal, he was special, because I think that in that moment he put himself in the heart of every Arsenal fan forever, because he finished just the job, the business.
Richard Clark here from Arsenal.com. A question for Wojciech. What's it like facing Thierry Henry? And what do you learn from facing him in training?
Look, I'm not going to lie, I got bullied a few times in training. He's probably the best finisher that I've ever trained against. So I'm hoping that he won't get too many chances to show that on Saturday. But yeah, he's scary, but I'm confident anyway.
Arsene, given that you said your players have to have 4 weeks break after the World Cup, will your German players be fit, or will they be available for the start of the season?
I don't know. I've given them a good break, because I have experience of players who have been far in the World Cup. You know, when you need a rest. And will they be ready? I think Mertesacker certainly, because he prepares individually very well. They have a little chance. For the first game, I don't think they will be ready on the 16th of August. They come back beginning on the 11th of August.
That's all three?
All three.
Can I also ask, you said on Saturday you'd be speaking to Jack about his pictures in Las Vegas. Have you done that yet? And can you let us know what you said?
No, I don't want to talk about that. In New York.
Hi, I'm Angela Moore with Reuters Television. Can you tell me, how does Alexis Sanchez fit into the future of Arsenal?
I hope well. Look, he can play through the middle on both flanks. He's a striker type, and I believe he gives us many options on the offensive front, and he has qualities that we lack a little bit, especially with Walcott being out, the runs off the ball behind the defenders, you know, and so it will give us a different option that we haven't got at the moment.
Tomasz Moczerniuk, Polish Daily News. Pytanie do Wojciecha Szczęsnego. Question for Wojciech Szczęsny. If you guys allow me, I will ask a very short question in Polish. I don't get to ask questions in Polish in the United States, so and then I'll ask a question in English. It's going to be pretty much the same one. Panie Wojciechu, witamy. Polonia w Nowym Jorku, w New Jersey wita tutaj serdecznie pana i cały zespół. Chciałem się zapytać, czy będzie szansa na jakieś takie, nie wiem, 2-3 minuty później, bo tutaj wiadomo, zadam tylko jedno pytanie, prawda?
Bardzo chętnie.
Tak, fajnie. My question in English is, you had a long layoff before the season. Do you feel rested? How do you feel overall? And the second part is, now that your fellow Paul is gone from the locker room, will you miss him, or will you speak Polish to Lukas Podolski?
Yeah, Podolski's Polish quite impressive, so I'll have a chance to speak to him about the World Cup and everything. And obviously I'll miss Lukas. He was a great teammate, and he challenged me every single day in training for the #1 spot. So I'll definitely miss that competition. And what was the first part of the question? Sorry.
How do you feel after such a long layoff?
I mean, we used to the holidays. Obviously, it's quite tough for the first couple of weeks in pre-season where we do a lot of running and a lot of gym. So it's tough for the legs, but we're used to that. So I'm sure we'll be fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Arsene, this is for you. What impact has Thierry Henry left on the Arsenal franchise?
What?
What impact has Thierry Henry left on
What impact?
Yes.
He's a legend at the club, and he's one of the players who had, I think, when I put him first centre forward, he said to me, "Look, I cannot score goals, and for somebody who cannot score goals, he's done quite well." And he's a legend of the club. When you ask every Arsenal fan who is the player of Arsenal, they will tell you Thierry Henry. He has his statue in front of a stadium. I think there's only 2 or 3 statues in front of a stadium, so that tells you what kind of impact he has made.
Arsene, obviously, Ivan Gazidis is in the front office of Arsenal. He came over to Arsenal from Major League Soccer's front office. Did you ask him any questions about the league before coming on this preseason tour, or at least this preseason?
Yeah, we speak about the States because he's been here worked for the MLS, and I think he enjoyed his time here. And he's certainly very happy as well to come back here to New York. But he's very happy as well to see that what you call the soccer here develops very well and very quickly now. And when you look at the audiences in America of the World Cup, it's quite unbelievable how much enthusiasm is here for the game. And hopefully in the next World Cup, you will surprise everybody because we're not far this time.
Last question, Rich.
Question for Mikel Arteta. Obviously, the club won the FA Cup last May, hugely important, and made some important signings as well. Do you believe the club's and the team is in its best shape since you've been at Arsenal?
That's what we're trying to do. I think what we achieved last year is, after such a long time, it was only a platform. I think this club has to aim for much bigger things than what we've done in the last few years, and that's the ambition. I think the club is doing the business early to get well prepared from the start, and you can just tell from how we've been doing the stuff in the summer how ambitious the club is for the future.
Thanks, everyone. Look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Thank you.